key on this scene. I'm a bit what do you call it, spent today, but I felt I still wanted I'm still curious about this game, so that's why I felt like I need to keep playing it a bit. I'm curious, what is everyone talking about? What is supposed to happen? I mean, so far I've just seen a lot of awkward conversation, but I mean, there has to be something to it, right? Otherwise, there wouldn't be so much talk about this. But as you can see, I'm very casually dressed today, no shirt. I'm just wearing a hoodie. So that's not common. Alright, we'll continue from where we left off. You can use the skip button to fast forward through text you've already read. What? Why would there appear text I have already read? That makes no sense. Weird. I'm sure there's a reason for that tip, but I don't understand it. So what were we doing? Oh yeah, we were showing our poem to people back and forth. Let's see. You're certainly enthusiastic today. She actually looks happy, I guess. Of course. No, I like your writing. I'm just surprised. It seemed like you had a lot of trouble admitting that before. Well, of course. I just had to put you in your place a little bit. It's not like... I mean, it's not like I was shy or anything stupid like that. Or jealous. I really wasn't jealous. She really was jealous, I guess. Just because you happen to be a good writer. It's such a dumb thing to get jealous about. Haha. Natsuki... What? You're not very confident about your writing, are you? Eh? What are you talking about? My writing is obviously the best. It's obvious she doesn't think that. Right? It took me a while to figure out, but I think I finally did. Maybe Natsuki's acting so arrogant because she's trying to make up for her own insecurities. If she acts like she's the best, then other people might think that way too. Right? Stick. Please just tell me you like my poems. I don't care if you hate them. Just please tell me I'm the best. I just really need to hear that from someone. I know it sounds stupid, but there's a reason I never shared my poems before this. Natsuki, because nobody ever takes me seriously. I mean, from the way she acts, I can understand that. What's the point in sharing my poems if people just laugh and say, that's so cute, just like you, Natsuki? Sometimes I don't want to be cute, but nobody understands that. Oh, this thing. Style doesn't matter, the emotions are there. Why can't anyone see that? I just went... Natsuki trails off. How are you doing, Stig? I look down. Her fists are clenched really tight. Hey Natsuki, if you're not careful, you'll rip your own poem. I gently grab the poem with my own hand until she relaxes her grip. You're a bit bummed out, but fine. How about me? I'm in this weird state where like I feel somewhat energetic but also quite tired. I've had like ups and downs during the day. Sometimes I feel like really like I can take on the world and I'm not even affected by being up so long. And then sometimes I get these like really drowsy feelings. But it like generally I'm really good. I place it flat on the desk and smooth out the wrinkles that you put into it. Don't read it. I'm not gonna do the shaking of the voice. I can't handle that. So I said that earlier. I started playing again because I'm kind of curious, like what's supposed to happen? What is everyone so up and about when it comes to this game? There has to be something happening. It can't just be these awkward conversations back and forth. Before I can pick it up back, Natsuki snatches the poem up from the desk. It's not any good. And I know you hate my poems. So you don't have to read this one, okay? But I want to read it. Why? Because I like your poems. I really do. Why would I judge you for your style? You play this only because Gons insisted. It can be such a hit or miss when he insists on something. It's not like my own style is anything crazy. I mean, it's true that the first time I read one of your poems I didn't really like it. I didn't look much into it, but I know you better now, and it's wrong for Yuri to think your style is more amateur than hers. And Sayori, she always means well, but sometimes she's so focused on simple happiness that she doesn't understand what people really want. I guess I never really thought how hard it is for you. And I'm sorry if I was part of the problem. I understand now. You're not just cute. You're a lot more than that. Natsuki, you're doing it again. I've had some experience with visual novels before, so I didn't really have an expectation for this. My sole experience with visual novels are no wait here. Police Knots. That's about my experience with visual novels. You look down. Oh, sorry. She looked down, hiding her eyes from me. I never realized how difficult this was for her, but finally she forces herself to extend her arm and set her pawn on the table. You can read it. Just turn that way. I don't want you to look at my face right now. Tomorrow will be brighter with me around, but when today is dim, I can only look down. My looking is a little more forward because you look at me. When I want to say something, I say it with a shout, but my truest feelings can never come out. My words are a little less empty because you listen to me. When something is above me, I reach for the stars, but when I feel small, I don't get very far. My standing is a little bit taller because you sit with me. I believe in myself with all of my heart, but what do I do when it's torn all apart? My faith is a little bit stronger because you trusted me. My pen always puts my feeling to the test. I'm not a good writer, but my best is my best. My poems are a little bit dearer because you think of me. Because you. If you ever feel like experiencing a good fucking story with lots of emotional roller coasting, I'm your guy. What? I think I needed a little more context to that one, Stay, because it's like... I don't know, maybe I just can't wrap my head around the context, because it just sounds weird and out of place, I don't know. If you ever feel like experiencing a good fucking story with lots of... Oh, alright. You know... I guess you have a game tip. I think that's what you're saying. Why are you looking at me like that? If you don't like it, then you say it. I won't get mad. No, it's not I don't like it. I was just a little surprising to read. Oh, if you haven't... Yeah, exactly. That's sort of what I guessed. It took me a few moments to get my head around what the context was. I guess I'm not used to hearing such nice things coming from you. Don't just say that, dummy. What do you think the point of writing is? Expressing things that you just can't say. I understand. I'm sorry for missing the point sometimes. A few of them hit me like trucks back in the day. Oh. Sort of like Grave of the Fireflies. Have you seen that movie? I kind of feel bad about not being able to experience them for the first time ever again. I know that feeling. I have that with some games. I just wish I could erase some games from my memory. Just take them away and experience them anew. That's why, like, I have some games I don't touch. I don't want to play them. I don't watch them. I don't do anything because I'm sort of like in the process of forgetting a lot of things about them, so I can at least somewhat experience them again. I'm working on it. You're usually not into movies since they feel too short. I never thought of that. I mean, I'm a pro, so Natsuki mumbles, completely failing to sound confident like she usually does. Yes, remember that I can't think these things. Remember that I can think these things sometimes too. Okay. You know, when you're nice to me, it's meaningful. I'm glad. Sensing Natsuki is satisfied, I start to hand the poem back to her. But as I do, Natsuki takes my hand and pushes them back away. Her small soft hand surprises me with their assertion. I don't want it. Why not? I just don't. Jeez. I realize what Natsuki is doing. Unable to be honest, she's trying to give me the poem in a roundabout way. But in that case, I'm going to keep it. Instead of teasing her, I choose to go along with it. Good. If you didn't, I would... Never mind. Like, sad movies don't usually make me feel anything, since I can't connect to the characters of the story. Ah. Well, I've seen a couple of, like, really good movies, and I think Grave of the Fireflies is one of them. Like, really, really good. Clannad or Anohana made me cry since I watched that shit over a long period of time. I guess you can build like relationship to characters more in a series, but I don't know. I don't really like drama series. I don't have the patience for it, I guess. Alright, so let's continue. Yes, I'm glad that you want it. Natsuki backpedals on her words and leaves it at that. Despite her best effort to hide her expression, I can feel her faintly smiling to herself. That's all for now, so go put it away before someone sees it, okay? I'll go do that. With that, I return to my seat so that I can put away Natsuki's poem. There's only Yuri left. I see. I think you're improving at writing in general, but I can't help but feel a little bit foolish. What for? Just, I feel like I keep trying to offer advice when it should have been clear to me that you prefer a different writing style. I probably just sounded arrogant. So stupid. Yuri, that's a little... No, you don't understand. I spent so much time worrying about what's better and what's worse. Not just with you, with Natsuki and Sayori. It's obvious now why nobody has fun when talking to me. And because of that, I just keep my mouth shut about your poems. Yuri buries her head into her arms on her desk. That's not the first time I've seen her do that. I don't think it's ever as bad as you make it sound in your head. I think if people really didn't like talking to you, then it would be a lot more obvious. I know that you like to read deeply into things, but some things are just worth taking at face value. I've gotten so used to it that it's hard for me to comprehend any other possibility. Gotten used to what? Reading deeply into things? Being disliked. Aww. Oh, Yuri. What? What am I saying? I'm sorry. I never meant to bring this up. Yuri turns away. You should go. Eh? Please. Please don't look at me right now. I want to do some thinking. You sure? Yuri nods. Alright. I leave Yuri be. Comforting or reassuring her is nearly impossible as it is. So when she wants to be alone, I think anything I say could only make things worse. I feel bad, but thankfully she doesn't take it out on me. I'll wait until she feels a little bit better. Jesus, these girls have they have issues. Like the three girls you can sort of like flirt on, they really like hang their entire life up upon this poor lad who just happened to waltz into this club. It was probably like Harmony, they was just coming along and all of a sudden a guy walks in and now they are like torn to pieces. Their emotional life is just in shreds. Okay, you three, we're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now? Eh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? That's how visual novels are. Regular, everyday life until a certain dude gets involved. So are all visual novels like these... I don't know, like indirect dating sims, sort of. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. It seems you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just wanted to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Come on. See now, not all of them, but basically yes. You get like an introductory stage where you play your everyday life and make choices. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you picked the time she's not feeling well. So much for you two being all lovely-dovely. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. See now, the everyday life, make choices, and then you enter a girl's route and experience her story. Alright. Huh. Ooh. That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything is fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of our festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this week. She really like sidetracks from that question. She dodged it. I already know what I'm doing. That's right, Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we might need a lot of them, and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can... Guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? Aww, poor thing. Sidelined. I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know. Now Natsuki's pouting too. It's like stepping through a minefield. Even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. Maybe the case. But if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So, Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that, I love atmosphere. That's an unusual confident face from that girl. Yeah, I sound that. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Her mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Stig. The one who's truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It will probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that. That's... Real Stig would never talk about himself, by the way. How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give you. Not like Monica's going to give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Stigmore may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assist with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Stig to... What are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? What do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Stigmore to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? I'm sure he's interested in... You literally just said... I'm surprised as well. Sorry, I was just saying... Though... Jeez, can we just settle this already? Yeah, Stig, you're okay with this, alright? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well, in that case... Yeah, they all... Damn, they all want the Stig deck. Oh, Jesus. These choices are so awkward. This is more... Jeez, these choices are more scary than Amnesia. Because I guess the consequences of them are like I need to go through it with all the disappointment and stuff that the others... Jesus, I feel embarrassed. I feel freaking embarrassed for playing this. It's... Jeez. Oh. Don't worry. You're not making it better. Hi, Doc. Oh. So who do we present with the Stig? I mean, we've been hitting a lot on Natsuki thus far. So if we want to go the douche track, we go with Natsuki. Yorkie thinks we should go with Yuri. And I sort of want to like, I personally, I'm not really sure how you're supposed to go about these games. Are you supposed to like choose one track and then you steamroll it? Or actually supposed to like be a nice guy? Because the nice thing to do here would actually be to go to talk to Sayori and actually like talk through the situation. Because it's pretty obvious that she's got something into this character. That is part of the experience. Yeah, I can get that. getting into these like weird situations and often have different kind of routes. Yeah, I figure it's like a branching tree, and I guess like sometimes the branches, like the routes probably diverge and then converge again, but it basically becomes a spanning tree somehow. Not a spanning tree, but yeah, it's a spanning tree, isn't it? It is. It's a data structure. York, I want to go with Yuri. Now I want to steamroll this. We've been hitting so hard on Natsuki. I just want to keep going that route. But here's the thing. I can really see the replay value in this kind of game, because you really want to go through all the tracks and see what's actually going on. Even though it's freaking awkward. It is really awkward, but it does pique my curiosity. Baking sounds like it could be fun, and you guys made it sound like a lot of work, so you'll probably use 2 people. Don't worry, baking is a ton of fun. You'll definitely agree. Just a minute ago you were saying that that's because... never mind, okay? Well, anyway, you'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? Of course, I'm used to it, after all. She can really be such a downer. You have character endings, bad endings, special endings, sometimes even harem endings. Harem endings? That sounds... Let's see now. Was it more... No, wait, that was implying fetishism, and I don't want to do that. But it sounds special. Let's just settle for that. Even though Yuri is being melodramatic, it's a little hard to not feel bad. Exactly, that's exactly what I'm saying too. She's freaking drama queen. Anything else we need to talk about? No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited? Yes, everything except the performance is going to be awesome. I don't think that really counts. What about you, Stig? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested in seeing how it'll turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri? He's still sulking. Natsuki starts pouting too. Harem endings are the ultimate achievement, since it kinda rewards you for the right choices by not making you abandon any of the girls. That just sounds like a dirty teenage fantasy. I mean, it's not that big of a deal or anything. Well, it might not be just that. I think that Yuri might be feeling a little underappreciated in general. Having to come up with something for her to do and then nobody offering to help. That doesn't mean... Natsuki dances back and forth between everyone with a word expression. Look. Natsuki goes over and puts her hand down on Yuri's shoulder. Yuri, you really are the most talented one here. And you're going to help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. No, it is. Most decent visual novels don't have a harem ending, because it usually is not well made. Out of the novels I enjoyed, only one had a harem ending. It also sounds very... I mean, this is pretty unrealistic as it is, but having an ending where basically... I mean, most people wouldn't accept that kind of situations. It becomes a bit, you know... a bit odd, in my opinion. I need to move that one. Give me a moment. Transform, edit. There. That looks better. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help a lot too, but you're going to make the atmosphere special. That'll be really important for the way that people feel during the performance. Depending on the setting, it can make sense. I guess maybe I'm reading a bit too much into the word harem. I'm reading in a lot of... You probably know what I'm reading into the word harem. So when I hear someone call it harem ending, Just as... Ah, well. Yes, it does stink. Although I did sort of put you on the spot, so it's fine. So you need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little more credit. Natsuki releases her hand and turns around to face the other. You didn't really mean that, did you? Not really, but you're isn't the only one surprised. Natsuki, of all people, to be saying such encouraging things. But I begin to understand. Natsuki was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. I'm sorry for being dumb. I'm going to do my best. And all of us going to make it a really great event. Yeah, I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. I guess it's time for us to head out. But I'm staying here a bit longer. I barely got to do any reading today, so fair enough, there's nothing wrong with that. So here's something I don't really understand. This club thing, I guess that's sort of a Japanese phenomenon. I mean, we did have at uni, there were a couple of like, not clubs, I guess clubs is the best word. Well, clubs is probably the best. But they didn't have like everyday meeting, it was more like once a week. You had the Magic the Gathering club, the video game club, the anime club. They also had the music club, choir club. I guess they had a writing club. They had the programming club. That's about those I know. Oh, you had the bartender, the bartender club, the DJ club. Well, I don't know anymore, but there were probably more. But those events were like once a week, tops. I guess the Magic the Gathering club had like one school meeting and one Friday night Magic, so those had two. But like the Friday night Magic wasn't really part of the school club thingy. Oh, wrong button. I start to follow Monica and Yuri at the door as they chat between each other. Where are you going? We still need to figure out our plans for this weekend. You literally would have gotten home and realized that you didn't even have a way to contact me. Oh, that's true. I have no idea how that slipped my mind. Jeez, good thing I stopped you. Don't they have cell phones? I'm giving you my number. Alright, they do. You better not make it weird or anything. Why would I do that? Natsuki give me your number. Okay. I'm coming over on Sunday. Wait, what? I'll bring all the... Oh. Wait, you're coming to my house? Well, yeah. What's wrong with that? I mean, I just figured that since I'm the one helping, I would be going to your house. Yeah, right. Like, I could have a guy over it. Like, I could have a guy over my house. My dad would kill me. Really? It's kind of strict if you ask me. Yeah. How do you think I feel? I can't do anything when my dad is home. Anyway, I just needed to complain for a second. We have each other's number now. Well, our character didn't give her... whatever. That's all I need from... I guess I'll text you when I'm coming over. We never gave her... whatever. Yeah. I'm really gonna show you why I love baking so much. You better look forward to it. Didn't you say you were just going to give me the dirty work? Well, I was just saying that. It's not like I could act like in front of everyone that I was looking forward to this. Wait, really? Well, kind of. Just because I never got to bake with someone else before. That's all it is. So, alright, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. See you on Sunday. Never mind. I can't believe this. Natsuki is going to be coming to my house on Sunday. My anxiety is shooting through the roof. Even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, There's no telling what may end up happening when we're outside of school. More than that, she told me she was looking forward to it. Is this the chance I have to make something special? No, something happen between us? Or is it too early for that? Only time we'll tell, like, yeah, it's been like 4 days, you know. Yeah, 4 days. So, I mean, I guess when you were younger, things moved pretty fast. Yes. Whatever. But until then, won't his parents be at home? Or do he live by himself? It sure does look like a residential areas. Or like families. I don't think he has this house. Seriously can't wait. There's some holes in this. It's already Sunday. Alright, so we didn't really know what day it was. They've always been saying yesterday in every club meeting. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. But like it sorta seems to imply that it was Friday. Otherwise it wouldn't be the weekend and we would have met Sayori on like going back into school. And it would have been more club meetings as well, so I guess it was Friday. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. I wonder if she'll act any different when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We sent each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into conversation. She's almost a different personality on the phone, using tons of emojis and cute language. She also really likes complaining about things, but I kind of saw that one coming. Putting Natsuki aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left club early the other day. It's not like we touched. Did you miss? Did I miss something you said? No, Steg, no. I was just like rambling about, we don't know which weekday it is. And I mean, there's club meetings every day, or is it really? Is it every week? I haven't, like, they're really bad at tracking time, I guess. I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feeling aside when she might need me? I decided to visit Sayori before Natsuki comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we made it a habit of simply entering each other's house like we were family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's always strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom where I finally find her. Sayori? Hi, Stegmore! I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations as she's had for years now. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Natsuki today? Yeah, but... Wait, how do you know that? They already left by the time we decided that last meeting. So last meeting must have been like a Friday, so this is 2 days afterwards. Oh, Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed of the festival preparations, right? Ah, that's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course, but I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. Ah, so it's just me and Natsuki then. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday. Friday, alright, perfect. We finally have a time anchor. When something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Stigmore. Eh? Why can't it just be like it always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Jesus. I grabbed Sayori by the shoulder. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Haha. He gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap. But, you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about? You're really just going to make me say it, aren't you, Stig? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. The reason is there... What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what I feel like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy. Without anyone worrying about me. Yeah, that's... this kind of rhetoric, it's... makes me... It's so... Like, it's such a freaking trap. You can't do anything when you hear those kinds of words, because regardless of what you say, you're doing it. Like, you can't do the right thing from this situation. You're trapped. And at the same time as it's really mean to actually tell someone something like this, it is also really mean to not tell them. So, like, the big problem here is that she's never told us before. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that they already kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? She really went so badly for me to just not think about her? Why? Why is it that you've never told me about this? Exactly. It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much that I could do. I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. Well, I am your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You didn't understand. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get close with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Sayori cries. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here, and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish, that's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments, because I deserve every last one of them. This girl is nuts. But she needs therapy and antidepressants. Like a lot of them. This time I pull her into a tight embrace. Ah, Stig. Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, that's just a bonus. But please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, Stig, more. Sayori isn't tugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. He starts sobbing next to my ear. No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Stig, Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want for her is to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away, and if there's anything that you need me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. The only time I'm not feeling nothing. Alright. The double negation there became. Yeah. But your hugs are so warm. That's really scary too. Sayori lets me go. As she does so, I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow, so the festival is on Monday. Yeah, it's going to be fun, right? No, she doesn't think that. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Sarah wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't! Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Natsuki to meet me at my house. At the very least, you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. Sayori shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? Kind of hard for me to fully understand, but I'm trying my hardest. It's okay, don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I look forward to it. Now here's I don't know who wrote this, or like who actually made this game, but there's a really big risk that whoever wrote this wants to go down the track where Sayori actually kills herself. Because if she's that messed up, it would be a somewhat logical conclusion to come to, that the only way for you to help your friend is to make sure that he can't spend time with you. That would be a way of actually, like, it's basically how you could write her way of reasoning out. On my way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. It's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Natsuki is about to come over too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much. We're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. Like Natsuki's or Sayori's parents, maybe? No? I spent only a few minutes back at home, anxiously awaiting Natsuki's arrival. Although not every parent is understanding of like psychological illness, so. But before I know, she texts me to let her know she's outside the front door. Without delay, I opened the door and let her in. What's up? Hey. I don't know what I was expecting, but seeing Natsuki in something other than her school uniform totally threw me off. Seeing her in such cute clothes makes the uniform seems totally unfitting in comparison. Jeez, don't make it feel so awkward already. It's going to be a long afternoon, so don't be weird just because you're not used to seeing me outside of school. Anyways, I'm coming in. I see you brought a lot of stuff. Natsuki is carrying a large bag that is probably full of baking supplies. Well, I didn't want to come all this way to find out that your kitchen isn't equipped for the job. You bought everything I asked you to, right? Yeah, I did. Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients if I didn't already have them at home. Good. Glad I could count on you to do your part. Well, of course. I'm surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly say that rather than something snarky, like she usually does. Could it be that she's a little different outside of school after all? Anyway, let's go to the kitchen. What, you're not even gonna offer to take this heavy bag from me? Where's your hospitality? Come on, since when did I need to be a gentleman? Grab the bag Natsuki holds out to me. This is ridiculously heavy. Haha, I carry that all the way here. Are you impressed? I see now. Yeah, I'm impressed, Natsuki. It seems like I always underestimate you. Hehe, it's because I'm so small, isn't it? You jerk. Natsuki hits a fist into my chest. Your size has nothing to do with it. You really hate being small that much? Eh? It's not like I hate it. I mean, sometimes I like proving people wrong when they only think I'm worthy my size. It's fun when I get to be small and also better than other people. But, geez, never mind. Natsuki can be incredibly strong. Yeah, that's true, Stay. What are you making me say? Don't think you can make me talk about weird things just because we're not at school. Are we getting started or what? There's a lot of stuff I gotta teach you. What? That's a little bit more like you. You're more fun when you just speak your mind like that. Hey! Now you are treating me like a kid. Maybe you can already tell. I can tell, Stig. I've noticed. I was just trying to be a little nicer to you, you know? Just because I don't have a mature and sexy figure like Yuri doesn't mean you should treat me like... Natsuki catches her words and her face turns red. Natsuki, forget it. I didn't say anything. I should apologize. I appreciate that you were trying to be nicer. I should have been a little more considerate too. But also, if that's what you're thinking, then you should know that there are tons of guys who are into body types like yours. How would you know that anyway? Just trust me on this one. He plays enough... Our character plays enough of games and hangs out enough on forums to know. Ross. Exactly. This is kind of what I like. I somewhat enjoy this character's dialogue because she sort of says what I predict. So that's why I'm finding it a bit funny. Whoever wrote the script is a bit aware of the stereotypes and what you can actually see through them. Who else? Let's just get started. Haha. You get all sour when a girl calls you gross. I finally found your weakness, Stigmore. So it's pretty obvious that this is not the real world Stigmore, because the real world Stigmore just like chests up and is proud of his weakness and his grossness. Please spare me. If Natsuki decides to dish out more insults like that, there's no way I'm not fighting back. But she's satisfied enough for now, finally starting to pull things out of her bag so we can get started. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. Spoons, dirty bowls, flour, spilled fluid, and plastic bags are strewn across every countertop. They don't have a washing machine, do they? Poor sods. You can take her in a fist fight. The mixer isn't big enough to make all the batter at once. We had to do it several times. Meanwhile, Natsuki is babysitting all of my movements to make sure I don't mess up her precious baking. Stigmore, where did you put the food coloring? The batter is going in the oven soon, so I need to fill the trays. I think it's still in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for? To color the batter, of course. To make each tray a different color. That way, even if the flavors aren't different, everyone can still pick their favorite. That's a cute idea. Are we doing anything like that with the icing? Do you want to? You're asking me? I don't really have a preference, so come on. You're not putting any heart into this at all. Can you at least try to have fun? I'm having fun. I'm not really sure what Natsuki is trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls and put a few drops of food coloring into each. Aw, Stig, be nice now. Hi there, Gek. Oh, hi there, Todori. How's it going? I went looking for Dad. I found his channel, but he wasn't there. See, it's not like baking is just about following instructions. The presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's a million times more worth it in the end if you just look at it, make everyone eyes lighten up. Shit called you gross. Gross, yeah. Yeah, I did, Todori. But I couldn't find him, so I don't know where he is. I'm sorry. Let's see now. Like the ones you made on my first day, huh? I recall Natsuki proudly presenting her cat-shaped cupcakes and Sayori and Monika's delighted expressions. I wonder if I can make Natsuki proud like that too. He's in Japan, that's for sure. I mean, that does narrow down the search area a bit. And it goes from like 8 billion people to like 150 million. That's a pretty good cut, actually. It's almost 98%. Maybe I'll use the food coloring then. Sounds like you're starting to understand. Just make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess with the food coloring. Yeah, it's getting there. We were using the electric mixer for the batters, so I get stuck with a whisk and a huge bowl for the icing. Eh? The icing's still all lumpy. Are you even trying? Well, yeah, it's just taking a little longer. Jeez, I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here, look! Natsuki grabs the whisk from me and uses her other hand to tilt the bowl back. You really need to beat the crap out of it. After a few seconds, the consistency of the icing has already improved. See? Fake Stig is a wimpy ass beta. Nothing like the real world Stig, eh? As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks her finger in the icing and pops it in her mouth. I reluctantly start to do the same. You're still hungover. I'm still tired because of a junkie neighbor keeping the hood awake with his bullcrap. Yeah, like I'm still like a bit hungover from my 24-hour that ended yesterday. So I like kind of promised myself I wouldn't stream today, but then it is Sunday and I was so curious about what's actually going on with this game. But I still feel a bit like woozy and dizzy from time to time. I can't stop yawning for some reason. God damn it. But I'm generally fine. I'm generally fine. I slept like 12 hours. No, I slept like 10 hours tonight. Yeah, I did. I did yesterday. Or like I started Friday and ended yesterday. It was fun. Respect. Thank you. It was a challenge, but it was really fun. It was really fun. I enjoyed it a lot. But I'll probably not do one for like 6 months now. I need to I need to, like, I don't know. It was challenging. It was really challenging, but it was fun. I don't want your gross fingers in my icing. Your icing? Forgetting who did all the work? I start to fight back, trying to inch my finger towards the bowl. Having fun. Yeah, I think so too. Like, it was definitely worth it. It was definitely worth it. So I'll be doing it again sometime in the future. Don't make me beat the crap out of you next. I'd like to see you try. I push harder, just enough of my finger to reach the icing. I triumphantly scoop some with my finger, just as Natsuki tugs with all her might. The force of Natsuki pulling me causes me to stumble, making her stumble in turn. Gross! You got it! Gross, you got it on my face. Whose fault is that? There's a big glob of icing on Natsuki's cheek. She tries to reach it with her tongue, but it's too far away. Jeez, you know what? Take this. Natsuki instead wipes it off with her finger before shoving her finger towards my own face. I would love to see you do a 24, but I can't promise I would last the whole 24. Nah, don't worry. The next time I'll do a 24-hour, I will probably need to do some more like advertising in advance, because I don't think I reached out very well, but it's difficult. I don't really know how to advertise. I mean, it's hard, you know. Yeah, we're talking about icing here, Stig, and I mean she's forcing icing onto the character's face now too. I grab her wrist with my hand before it reaches my face. Natsuki tries to use her other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well. Yes, Evelyn, it's a Doki Doki. Nice to see ya. How's it going? She's forcing his own icing into his face. Yes, exactly. That shit's disgusting. The symbolism here is just, yeah. Stop. Not until you apologize for calling me gross. Fine, I'm sorry for calling you gross. You know I don't mean it. It's just fun to see you react to it. You do that to me all the time, you know. Yeah, Evelyn here actually appreciates the hard work we're putting in. Saying dumb things just to get a reaction out of me. You really shouldn't tease girls like that. Is that so? In that case, I probably shouldn't do this either. I take Natsuki's finger and put it in my mouth, licking off the icing. I really hope this whole metaphor like stops somewhere. What? Did you seriously just... Ah, Natsuki's so surprised she can't even figure out how to get mad at me. Her face is entirely red. Stig, you really shouldn't do these kinds of things to girls, unless you really like them. You know that, right? What kind of a question is she asking me just like that? How did the mood turn to this so quickly? Natsuki glazes at me in silence. I notice her shallow breaths. Why am I starting to feel dizzy? Out of nowhere, the fire alarm starts going off. Oh, please, boys, please. No fighting, right? No fighting. Natsuki rushes over to the oven. Is something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes in yet. Cough, no wonder. You left a dirty tray in there, dummy. How could you make a mistake like that? You should have checked before turning the oven on. Don't blame me for your mistakes. Yes. Natsuki uses an oven mitten to grab the blackened tray out of the oven. She sets it on top of the stove. That doesn't make Natsuki any... Try to be nice, alright? Try to... Just calm down. Try to be nice. Anyway, I'm putting them in the oven now. Yeah, the tension from the moment before still lingers in our heads. But the moment has already been lost. I watch as Natsuki slides the cupcake trays into the oven. That's just how waifu wars are. Maybe I'm not just used to it. I mean, this is a pretty new thing for me. Like, I'm... You have to be gentle with me. This is my first time. Then I reluctantly pick up the whisks and continue with the icing, like nothing ever happened. Ah, that smells so good. The cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the oven door, a blast of sweet-smelling warm air fills the room. Look at how cute they all look. He proudly shows off the different colored cupcakes in each of the trays. They look even better once we add the icing. Not like you need to tell me that. She can be such a bitch sometimes. I brought decorating stuff, so I hope you can get creative. Here, scoop the icing into these bags. Natsuki hands me some plastic bags. I have these nozzles that will make it look really nice and fluffy. Captain made He's all in on the icing. This one can even make flowers. We probably wouldn't be using it this time though. What's this one for? I pick up one of the nozzles that has a much thinner tip than the others. That one's really thin, so you can use it to make stripes or other patterns. You can also use it to write stuff on a cake, like happy birthday or whatever. Oh, let's see. It gives me an idea actually. What? Well, it's a literature event, right? Could make it more literature themed by writing a different word on each of the cupcakes. It would be fun to see people choose their cupcakes based on a word they like. I was kind of expecting you to say something really stupid. But that's actually a really cute idea, so... Maybe I'm getting it from you. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not cute. Come on. We're not at school, nobody's judging. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute. Well... Natsuki's voice trails off. Same with you. Eh? Did you say something? No, nothing. Let's just do the icing. Natsuki picks up the paste and fastens a nozzle onto each of the bags. There's a lot to do, so we shouldn't be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Without giving me a chance to think about it before, Natsuki quickly moves on. She shows me how to apply the icing, and then we each get to work. All this talking is like, ah. I need to exercise my I don't know. Stigma is just a sore loser. I guess it's all the smiling. I'm not used to these muscles working so much. I guess I think that really that one gotta hurt. That one gotta hurt Evelyn. Look at how pretty they are together. Yeah, they are, aren't they? I wish I could have one now. Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that. Well, yeah, but my dad's making dinner tonight, so I really need to save my appetite. Sayori is the exact opposite in that regard. If she was here, we'd probably be down 10 cupsec already. And she would still eat dinner. Come on, that's just unhealthy. You guys are heretics. Chaos has taken a hold of your senses and you need to be illuminated. Jeez. When my dad cooks, I need to eat as much as I can. It really sounds like her dad is not the best person. He sounds pretty abusive, if you ask me. I was hoping we could have some time for manga, but I need to be home for dinner. Already? That's a shame. Your first for working so slowly. Should have thought about that. It's not like you'll always have this chance. Man, as usual, Natsuki places the blame on me. You can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sayori each carry some, then you can probably do it in one trip. How many cupcakes have we made if we can't carry them in one trip? You could probably fill like a 200-liter plastic bag with cupcakes and still carry them. It's not like cupcake weighs anything. And don't worry, I won't let her eat any. I wish she would listen to me the way she listens to you. Yeah. I again think back on the conversation I had with Sayori earlier today. I felt so helpless. Sayori always do listen to me. But at that point it felt like she couldn't listen to me at all. Alright. Okay, I'm all packed up. Good work today. You too. Natsuki is like 1 meter tall. Kinda, it looks like it when she's standing next to, like the way she's portrayed. And like the head sizes are pretty standardized, aren't they? I mean, it doesn't differ that much, but the body size can differ a lot. People with a big head, like you, or at least I usually try to use a head as a relative, something to like pin it on, and it looks like she's about 1 meter. Did I miss anything in the last 5 minutes? Yeah, you missed some Steg and Evelyn is duking it out in the waifu wars, but other than that, you didn't really miss anything. Just like that, Natsuki is already about to leave. It feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that, did I even take the opportunity to get closer to her like I wanted? You kinda licked icing off her finger. You licked your own icing off of her finger. You shoved your icing in her face, then licked it off of her finger. I think that counts as getting closer to someone. Well, I guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, Natsuki. Eh? What you said before about not always having this chance. It doesn't have to be that way at all. I had fun today. You showed me how fun baking can be, like you wanted. But aside from that, you can come over anytime, okay? I think that if possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga or go out somewhere. Do you really mean that? Natsuki looks at me tensely, like she's trying to hide her expression. Yeah, I want to spend more time with you. Stigmore. I thought you only cared about getting this done. I'm sorry I had to leave so early today. I really didn't want to. I would really stay here longer if I could. I feel the same way as you, so... Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me. Wait, Natsuki standing inches from me. Natsuki looks up at me. I feel her fingers gently clutching at the side of my shirt, as if holding onto me. Her rose-colored cheeks and matching eyes fill my vision, along with her slightly parted lips. What is happening? My head starts to go dizzy as I feel her soft breath against me. I've felt it. For a while now. Natsuki suddenly jumps back. Can already hear the police sirens. Don't do it. No, she cut out. Like, Sayori. Sayori to the rescue. Not yet, Stig. Not yet. Hi, Stigmore. Sayori. Yes now. We weren't. It's okay, Stig. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, you should have come a little earlier. I'm already on my way out, so... Oh, really? That's too bad. Yeah, well... I'll still see you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine. Just don't eat any cupcakes before then. He didn't pull out his weeb. I mean, the main character and this Sayori chick sorta like pull out their weeb together, it seems like. They seem to be all into this manga stuff. That would have been even more awkward. Later, clearly flustered, Natsuki heads off and Sayori waves goodbye. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. I had to come here and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Natsuki, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you've made such a good friend. It's all that matters to me. What is this behavior? It's called something where you're like, it's so obvious that you're, like, it's so obvious that she wanted us to come closer to her. But now that we're not, she's sort of like being this martyr. That's the word I'm looking for. She's being a real martyr to like direct. She's saying all this like, I'm so happy for you, don't think about me, but what she's actually saying is, I want you to think about me. But I guess, like, oh, it's a pain. All this matters. Why am I feeling this way, Stig? I'm supposed to be happy. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Don't say that. It's true. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Jealousy? Yeah, that's also so strange. Like, she doesn't understand that. But then again, I don't know. See now, the characters were in high school, weren't they? So they're like between 15 and 18 years old, something like that. Maybe I haven't really figured everything out then. But she's really acting like an airhead. It has to be pretty devastating to get your guy stolen away by the likes of Natsuki. I mean, it might have been that if we were to analyze the character a bit, it could be that Sayori didn't know she had feelings for the main character and she actually had good intentions when going to the club. But when the main character actually started socializing with other women, that's when she realized she actually had... Or she don't... So she has feeling for the main character, but she doesn't want to admit that to herself, and that is why she's confused, because she can't really admit to herself that she actually has feeling for the character. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else, so even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. She really looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Stig. I'm really scared. What are you scared of? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. It's true, isn't it? So she actually... Alright, so this is like the acceptance phase. Accepting your feelings. I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Stig. I like you so much that I want to die. Alright, so this was what I was talking about earlier. The writers, like, if she's really depressed, like she's really, really sick, then she might kill herself. That's how I feel. And that's enough. I don't want you to hurt anymore. And like, what the character does here is not good. When he like, I'm going to be beside you an entire lifetime. I don't want you to hurt anymore. This could trigger some really bad thoughts in this poor girl's head. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all your own feelings, I know that you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give you. Some kind of psychologist for anime girls. No, but I can try to, like, if I were to write a script and I wanted to, like, really mess with someone and try to, like, yeah, you know, I can. It's pretty easy to try to foresee how people write scripts, right? So if what I say turns out to be true, it's sort of an I guess in that case the writing doesn't really impress me because it's pretty easy to figure out. So here we could really mess with this poor girl's head by taking the first alternative. That would probably, like, flip her off. Taking the second alternative is the right thing to do from, like, a moral standpoint. But the first alternative, that's really freaking funny. Because it would so mess the poor character up. No, this is a hard one, because one part of me wanna do the morally correct thing.
Thank you!
Jesus, that scared me. Thank you, Meet You Nax, for the follow. No, Meet You Nax was the other way around. The first alternative, it's funny, because it messes so much with this poor character. The second alternative is the morally correct one, and I'm having a really hard time deciding what to do here. Do we continue down the complete douchebag route? Because the first alternative is also something that, like, a young person would put themselves in, which is even more hilarious. They could say this because they think that the character, this is what the other person needs to hear. You shouldn't have any sense of morality. Do the douchebag route. Oh god. This is so horrible. Alright, let's do that. Let's mess with this character. Let's really put her in a stretcher for a while. Eh? Those are my true feelings, so there's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner, but spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you're truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens, as long as we continue like this every day. With you by my side, then I know we'll both be happy. Suddenly Sayori wraps her arms tightly around me. This is the first time we actually get to see how the main character somewhat looks like. He has brown hair. It's short-ish, but not very short. He has a regular build, and he's about as tall as, or just a little bit taller than Sayori. So he's about as tall as Yuri. It looks like visual novel protagonists always look. Oh. Is this really okay? Yeah. You'll never have to let go of me again. I love you, Stig. I want to be with you forever. Me too. What is this? Sayori? I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. But why? Even now, Why wouldn't the rain clouds go away? They're not going away at all, Stig. It might take some time to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. That's all that matters right now. Okay. They usually choose a design that deliberately lacks of any personality. Ah, okay, I see. Unless you have blue hair. Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't match me. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, this is not me at all. I feel so left out. See? I don't feel represented at all. It's just, it's horrible. I feel so left outside. I trust you. So here's a funny thing. Given her reaction here, that she doesn't become, like, doesn't feel happiness, that's actually a strong sign that she's suffering from, like, real depression, like really severe depression. That I don't exactly know how this works, but you're not exactly the standard young Japanese guy they usually target, I guess. You had as long hair as that. Ah, you too. I've actually had hair as long as this for 15 years now, I think. Or like 14 years, I guess it took 1 year to grow it out. I've always had long hair. So I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh? What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know. I want everything to be the same way, same as it's always been. Even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I could handle it anything more right now. Really new and scary. I understand. We'll go with whatever pace suits you best. I thought you just used like a trimmer, Stig. Like you had one of these like hair cutting machines and you just like fixed everything. Hey Stigmore. Theora gazes at me once again, smiling sadly. Even if I get really sad, this is the best thing for me, right? I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayori? Dinner! Thank you for the host! This is not a 48 hour, I've actually had some rest in between. I've slept like 10 hours, I've had some coffee, I laid on the sofa, I ate a couple of donuts. I've had a really good day. Well, thank you for the host, Dinner, and welcome. What have you been up to? I'm guessing you've been streaming. So what have you been streaming? I don't understand what I'm feeling. I felt like a bunch of thorns. It felt like a bunch of thorns when you said you loved me. And that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Oh, we're so horrible here. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality. So if she actually suffers from real depression and like some kind of illness is blocking her like happiness receptors, then it doesn't matter what we do, she won't be able to actually feel happy. And that's a really horrible situation to be in. And that could spiral her thoughts even worse now that she could like go away and think like, I can't even be happy about this, nothing in the world can make me happy, it doesn't matter what I do, I can never be happy, even the most happy day of my life didn't make me happy. It could still tilt this girl. They got embodied in Puyo Puyo Tetris, of course. How, like every day, I guess. Alright, later Todori. Stay around, and thanks for stopping by. I won 3 and lost 71, so I rage quit. Jesus. I'm sorry to hear that. You got bodied. I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feeling as you. Even though I can comfort her. I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know these thoughts will come to plague me until things are back the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know, but I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. I don't think the main character of this game like understands the kind of thought that went into that decision. We're just trying to make this girl happy. We don't actually have these feelings for her. We're just trying to tell her what what we think she wants to hear. But it actually feels like the game is interpreting it as we wanting something else. Well, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't anywhere on her phone. I considered going to her house and waking her up, but I decided it's a little bit too much. Stig is sort of in a flux at the moment. He's in the game and he is not at the same time. The preparation for the event should be nearly complete. I managed to carry all the cupcakes myself by carefully stacking 2 trays. 2 trays? That's like nothing. That's like if a tray is like this big, it could fit. If they're like this, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12, 24, 48. 48 cupcakes, that's like nothing. Oh, shit. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki. Ah, Stig, you're... I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Natsuki at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Stigmore, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that has all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I also get the feeling that Monica is probably the antagonist. Given what Sayori said earlier, I'm guessing Monica is like injecting thoughts into that poor girl's head. And I don't think they're happy thoughts. I think something is really messed up with Monica. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again, that dummy. You'd think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. I suddenly feel awful knowing that it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. The white color of her ribbon signifies her purity. Is that really a thing? I mean, it might be a thing in these kinds of games that there's actually a symbolism to it. But I don't think so. You should take a little responsibility for her, Stig. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know. Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. You don't know. Alright, I mean, it could have been. And if someone knew around here, it would be you. Oh, that shit. But I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so... Oh, don't worry, I probably know a lot more than you think. Monica's being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. I'm telling you, there's something wrong with this character. He's pulling shit out of my ass to keep some sort of conversation going. I don't know if it's really a thing, but I see Geekman in a totally black clothes. Yeah, I'm wearing a hoodie today. I usually always wear like a t-shirt and a shirt, but I felt like being a bit relaxed today since I've been streaming Journey. I have been streaming some mystery tournament matches, but other than that, I've been streaming Journey exclusively for like 1.5 years. I felt like today is actually today I'm streaming something that's not related to anything I normally do, so I can actually be a bit relaxed. Yeah, it is actually totally black. This it's just a hoodie. I love that line, but I'll wait before I explain the joke. It came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Well, yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Flip through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognize Natsuki and Yuri's poem from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Monica told her some really bad stuff. Overwork stream. Nah. I get a pit in my stomach. Sigmore, what's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori has written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori, so... well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't stain yourself. Monica calls out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. Not a big deal to at least wait for her, or help her wake up. Even the simple gestures of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be as they've always been. That's all she needs, and what I want to give to her. I reach Sayori's house. Isn't that our house? Why is there no music anymore? I didn't expect an answer, since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori! She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house, it really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy! There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. This is actually really scary right now. I have no idea what I knew it! I frickin' knew it! See traceback.txt for details. File game script file line 302, 307. So where do we have that file? Let's see now. Games. Steam. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Come on, Doki. What was it? Game script ch traceback txt. Is there a traceback? Yeah, it is. It actually says here. I'm sorry, but an uncaught exception occurred while running game code file rendpy common 00 start or pi. Line 256 in script Python. Module call. Oh gee, I didn't break anything, did I? Hold on a second, I can probably fix this, I think. Actually, you know what? It'd probably be a lot easier if you just delete her. She's the one who's making this so difficult. Well, here goes nothing. He totally left her hanging this morning, that was the joke. Ah, I see. Oh, that's really good. I guess people have seen this before, but... But this is actually really, really smart to actually have this here. You can see at the top here of this text file, that's actually traceback.txt located in the game folder. That's so good. That part is really, really well made. And they've deleted... Jesus, this is impressive here. If you go to Doki Doki Literature Club, check out the folder characters. They've deleted... Yes, traceback is actually there. And look at this. Look at this. This is even better. If I go to the characters folder in Doki Doki Literature Club, you can see that they've deleted... They've deleted the character. That's amazing. That's really good. Jesus. Okay, I can see the story unfolding, but this attention to detail is frickin'... Alright, so which file is it? renpy common. renpy common 00 start. Alright, now I'm actually I'm kinda creeped out. This is very well made. 00 start rpy. What happens if we open that in a text of... Alright, it's actually just a Python script. Alright, it's actually just a Python script. But I was... Oh my, look at this. There's also... Oh god. There is a file called Happy Thoughts that looks like this. Or it's called Happy Thoughts, but all the vowels are traded for X's. Alright, that's well made. Well made. That's good. Thank you for that experience. Thank you for that experience. That one hits in the feels. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. What a poor developer group. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes is showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday I told Sayori I would be there for her. They shipped an image file and didn't even check the file is intact. I'm actually pretty certain that file was... There was probably a file called Happy Thoughts there before, and they changed it now. I'm okay with the story being a bit predictive when they do things like that. Top notch, top notch. I told her I know what's best, and that everything would be okay. Then why? Why would you do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her? I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. And why did I confess to her and make you feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like it always has been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club, screw the festival, I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with, she's gone forever now. Nothing I can do brings her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I had only one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now I can never take it back. Never, 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 never. It will restart the game, right? Please tell me it restarts the game. Because the character is being deleted. How does the game files look right now? I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is... Scrap Data, my neighborhood and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it kind of works out because we've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently and we'd get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk as I let Scrap Data catch up to me. It's an ordinary school day, like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friends. Friend group walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girl or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. The school days is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. You should start sharing that stick deck. I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Stig? Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. This is the same introduction she had in the last playthrough. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? I'm just looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that, I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare to events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? Kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keep her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member is a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey Stig, by any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess, but that case, is there any chance you would like... Is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I wouldn't ask you to join, but if you could at least visit my club, it would make me feel really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I even refuse someone like Monica? I guess I could check it out. Ah, awesome! You're really sweet, Stig. You know that. Nothing really. Alright, so here's a thought. Monica is obviously the antagonist. But what I think is that Monica is sort of like manipulating everyone and is taking care of competition. So as long as we keep picking other characters than Monica, she will actually keep killing them off. And in the end, there will only be one character in my character folder on the disc. That's what I think. In the end, we don't have a choice. We have to choose Monica. The obvious antagonist is Natsuki. I mean, we should pick Natsuki's route last if we want her to survive as long as possible. She wants to trick Stig into tapping the jailbait. Yeah, horrible. I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, yada yada. Monica, full of enemies, swings open the classroom door. I'm back! And I brought a guest with me. Guest? Seriously, you were a boy? Fake Stig is such a stupid monkey that it might just happen. Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Stig. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess, you're Monica's boyfriend, right? Well, no I'm not. Natsuki, girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. The smart figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. It's nice to meet both of you. First year in grade school. I ran into Stig in a class and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, you know. Sorry, I didn't forget that. But I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Stig? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri works to the corner classroom up in the closet. Monica and Natsuki sits across from one another. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Oh, I'm surprised there's not more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You put it that way, but many people are very interested in putting all of this effort into starting something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school's event like the festival much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all are interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. I'm getting really tempted to like modify the character files and see what happens. I'm guessing... I don't think the character files are actually used for anything. They're probably just hashed to make sure they look the same. And if you tamper with them, I'm guessing they put in some kind of protection against that. If you start tampering with the character files. And it's a really fun thing to think about. I guess the question is, how does everyone die? I'm guessing Natsuki gets beaten to death by her father for misbehaving. How does Yuri die? I don't know. I don't know yet. Pills, maybe? We're jumping off a bridge. He feels like that kind of person, from what I've read thus far. Teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri is just trying to impress you. That's not insulted. Yuri looks away. You're a skillful programmer, aren't you? Should do it for the science. I am tempted. How does the files look? CHR files. I mean, they are quite large. Open with Notepad. It's just binary data. PNG. It's an image file and... I actually think it's an image collection, looking at it. Well, the character files are not... There's not anything I can read. Like, straight down. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime of mine, but at least I enjoy tea. Ah, so what happened? The game probably detected that a subroutine deleted the character file, and that triggers her death scene. Probably. I mean, that's an idea at least. It's pretty cool. What kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter, half joking. Skid's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. Oh. It was just a dog being under my table. I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Stick dick took over his mind. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up. I find her comfort. Sharpie is now hosting my stream with 26 viewers. Oh wow, thank you very much, Sharpie. Much appreciated. Yuri likes Warhammer. I'm sorry, you're not about to see the ordinary things. We're just playing dating sims at the moment. You know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped for something that I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I didn't expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Or is that so? Really, if a story makes you think or make me to another world, then I really can't put it down. The real horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world. This conversation becomes very much more fourth wall breaking now. I hate horror. So, to introduce all of those who just showed up, let me talk about, like, we're playing Doki Doki Literature Club, and there used to be 4 girls the last time we went through this conversation, but one of them killed herself, and the game, like, sort of started over and just removed her from the timeline. So now we're experiencing the world as it would exist without her ever existing. Natsuki's eyes dart over me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Well, what gives you that idea? I left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. Give it back. Fine, fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Getting that level of writing takes more than just confidence. Here, like last time, this entire situation moved much slower. Like there was a lot of introduction to the club and the characters and all of that, and now we're just apparently like part of the club like that. You must be willing to open up to your reader, expose your vulnerabilities, show any of the deepest reaches of your heart. You have writing experience too, Yuri. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Yeah, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri looks quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president, after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Stig? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what had been on my mind. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decisions. I still have other clubs to look. Alright, so here's that conversation. Maybe it was in this order the last time too. All the three girls stare back to me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Stig. Thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4, and I've been trying really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against them. I wonder what the excuse will be next time. Because I think more people will die. I feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. Besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. If writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right, alright, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? You really mean that, Stig? Yeah. Could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. I'm so happy. You can become an official club now. Thank you so much. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, alright? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone want to remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow then. Can't wait. I depart the club room to make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to go closer to one of these girls. I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess let's start with writing poems tonight. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Not really, no. But I will. I like when Papa comes home early. I like when Papa cooks me dinner. I like when Papa gives me allowance. I like when Papa spends time with me. I like when Papa asks about my friends. I like when Papa asks me about anything. I like when Papa gives me lunch money. I like when Papa comes home before sundown. I like when Papa cooks. I like when Papa gives me privacy. I like when Papa doesn't tell me how to dress. I like when Papa doesn't comment on my friends. I like when Papa doesn't comment on my hobbies. I like when Papa comes home without waking me up. I like when Papa keeps food in the house. I like when Papa uses his inside voice. I like when Papa leaves my stuff alone. I like when Papa accidentally drops coins in the couch. I like when Papa is too tired to notice me. I like when Papa is too tired for anything. I like it when Papa is too tired for anything. I knew, like, her father is going to beat her to death. Guaranteed. I just don't know what kills Yuri thus far. So we should probably go down the Yuri line. That way we can get to keep Natsuki for as long as possible. So we're gonna try to impress. Yeah, that thing is like really off-putting. Fancy sounding word. Yes, exactly. So eternity, entropy, judgment, afterimage. It just dawned to me we could write a poem. We could write a poem for Sayuri. We could write a poem for Sayuri to see what the game does. I know, Papa doesn't seem like a good apple. Jesus, I should have thought of this earlier. It would have been so funny. I wonder if I can switch path now. I can try. Alright. So let's try to write a poem. Let's try to write a poem for Sayuri. So like married? No, wait. Exactly, we'll write the poem for Sayuri. Question is just, can I... Oh shit, I can't go back. Candy Valentine, maybe. It's hard to remember. We can save here, that's true, we can save here. Wait, what? Where's my save slot? They took it away, those bastards. What does the history thing do? They took it away. Those bastards. If I load this... Will I begin? Alright, good. We can actually restart the poem writing. Laugh. Wait. Why does that go to Natsuki? It used to go to family. That's also Natsuki. Marriage. Dream. No, they've split it. Love. Yeah, they've skipped it between these two now. Because family definitely went to Sayuri. Flower, that was also Sayuri. God damn it. Mouse was always Natsuki. Lying, yeah, that's Natsuki too. Sweet, that used to be... God damn it. Insight. Adventure, that used to be... Yeah. Oh well. They fooled me. Headphones. Papa? Hmm. Wonderful. Together. That one used to be Sayori too. Together. Awesome used to be Sayori. Not parfait. Fun used to be Sayori. Yeah, the game really did remove her. Hopeless. Hopeless. Depression. Heaven sent. Game. I guess the game got my message. I guess the game got my message. Oh, that was the happy thoughts image. Oh, that's creepy. That's really creepy. Glad you didn't run away. I am considering it right now. I'm actually feeling a bit... Something makes me feel a bit sick. You know this like pushing feeling in your throat when you're like, oh, this is... Oh, that's actually really creepy. That's well made. Ah. You're watching my stream with all lights up. In your bed, where you're not getting any sleep tonight. This is actually creepy for reals. Fucking 3 AM. I'm sorry. Everyone is already hangs out. Yes, thanks for keeping your promise. No, it's not too overwhelming. Yes, he deserves some slack. Thank you. This is getting really creepy. Oh. Alright. We just need to wash those feelings away now. You've already been dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Manga collection in the club room. My. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Sorry, Stig. But make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki a disappointing glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interested in picking up a book to read. I can't really say no either. Like you said, I'm in the club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. Please put a random cute gif. Random cute gif. That didn't work. Exactly, you have gif cam. Oh, I wish I could. Add browser source. I don't really know how to fix the margin stuff. Well, that was fun. Yeah, alright, we need a crop. We can do this instead. Add image. Dun, 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 dun. There you go. Something randomly cute. That was actually the first. That was one of the hits I found when I googled randomly cute. You don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. Was she always this close? Alright, let's try to find cute animal gifs. No. God damn it. I don't know, how do you find randomly cute stuff? Everything I found is from Jiffy, and that's just crap. And like Google doesn't display. You don't find it randomly. Ah. Ah, screw it. Animals being derps. Yeah, wait. Isn't there something called eye bleach? Eye bleach me. Only kittens. Oh well, I can't find anything. Eye bleach Reddit. Yorkie knows what's up. Can we add that as a browser source? Add browser source. Does it work if you just do it like this? We need to crop it. Jesus, I'm not good at this. I've not done this enough. There you have some randomly cute stuff. Right? I can do this too. Even if you don't want to read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book for you. Derpy duck is on the run. It felt like I was vice president and all. Oh, that was super cute. I think we can switch this image. the pump up. It's hard to get the color correction right. Now it just looks creepy again. Ah, screw it. Picked a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should help keep your attention if you don't usually read. Discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like. Thank you, I'll definitely read it. Phew. Well, you can read it on your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think about it. More dogs. Here his face is already buried in a book. Intense expression, like he was waiting for this chance. Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I heard Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh. He seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something? Fucking Monica. You never put my stuff back in the right spot. I was going to point to collect and organize if something else keep messing it up. Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Kinda written in your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. He then turns all these background images a bit tilted. I don't think they are. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feeling. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I never heard of. Probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on the door. He points to the classroom door. I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice, but I'll tell you one thing, Stig. Consider this a lesson. Don't judge a book. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right in my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in a colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's extremely moe. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arms and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why is that? I'm guessing it's easier to be closer like this. Don't just say that. You make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arm, scooches an inch away from me. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, proclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Moe. Or moe. Moe. I think moe. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through all the volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affairs. I kinda grew out of these. This is rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not, even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I'm guessing it's fun sharing something you like with others. I always get excited when I'm convinced any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Would you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up with them without them being all like, yeah, you still haven't grown out of that yet? It makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge. Much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitate towards the other losers over time. It's probably harder for someone like you. Huh? Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. At least, it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica kind of a jerk about it. I can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. It's not like that solves any of my problems. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So... Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. So they basically like show the text that she hid from us earlier. Yeah. Time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet. I glance over. It looks like she's starting to fall asleep. Hey Natsuki. Yeah? Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey! Oh jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monica reaches into her bags and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give... She doesn't even finish the sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, Stig, she's fine. It just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Why don't we all share poems now? So her father doesn't feed her at all, I guess. And that's why... Such a horrible relationship. Alright, so let's start with Monica. I want to expose her. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Wait, 3 by 36? What? I don't follow. Hi Stig. A good time so far? Wait, what happens if we look at the history? Oh, it actually says just... Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring it up, okay? I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring it up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Stig. Well, a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's the sort of barrier we'll all learn to get past soon. 3:36, and I saw another creepy thing. Maybe I'm just not attentive enough. I hand Monica my poem. I like it. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh gee, no. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. Or something Sayori would write, you know? Bitch. Hello there, Goro. She's a good writer too. Take that as a compliment. So you might recognize these lines, but that's what we played through the game once, and Sayori disappeared. We sort of left her hanging, so to say. So now we're playing it through again, but Sayori is gone. Since, you know, we don't really get a second chance. If you say so. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. He'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. Sometimes she just loses all of her strength and shuts down, like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. Is this a Stig game in disguise? I mean, it turned out like very much a Stig game, but by now I don't even know anymore. It's pretty creepy actually by now. Some guys are into petite girls too, you know. I'm just trying to look at the bright side. I think you're trying to set us up. Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. It's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. Alright, let's read it then. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. But my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in the room? Are they talking, or are they simply poems on a flat sheet of papers? The sound of frantic scrawling around me tricks into my ear. The room begins to circle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right here. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. Very free form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. That kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. A lot of poems will be putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, they can be very powerful. What's the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it. Could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. When writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way of thinking about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll get a big, dark puddle of ink. Just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thank you for listening. I can get it up, but I won't get it down again. Keep looking at the cat. The cat is funny. Well, let's start with the things I don't like. Why the constant cat gif? We needed something funny to like easen up the mood a bit. It got a bit tense, so that's why the cat gif is there. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing better things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said. Well, I would have been more comfortable sharing my poems if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me a dumb poem and make me go, ha! Well, it's not that great, but let me show you how real literature looks like. You went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. In other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki resorts to get caught in your throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I said that mostly to myself. Natsuki really hates me or something. You can't figure out if it's a winner or a loss that you liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Oh, it's the same one. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can see, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can fly, but that's about it. There's nothing else here, no? Alright, good. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. But, let's be honest, I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. The people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of a poem for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like a setup with a rhyme in the end, but then it falls flat on purpose. It helped bring out the feeling of the last line. So you did. You're super scared now? Don't say that! Don't make this harder on me than it already is. The thing can come up anytime. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. There's no other alternative here, is there? No. I'm just making sure that there is no other alternative here. That would be freaky if I could if it lit up another alternative, but it doesn't. I shouldn't stress myself up like this. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not, I just need to put my thoughts into word. Hold on. Okay, this is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading... through it. So is it that bad? No. Did I just raise my voice? Why are you scared? Because the game freaked out earlier. Like really freaked out. And then it put us back in the beginning. But things have changed slightly. And that's what's so freaky. I couldn't help but notice in the several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I didn't really notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through them myself, I kinda learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is they try to make their style better deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness awakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thoughts, it's at first her demeanor totally changes. The stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. God damn it, Goro! Congratulations! You're on a roll! This is the second big win in a short while. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. I'm sure the background was tilted. Mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. It was indeed tilted. Alright. This one might be a bit tilted though. It was tilted because Gek broke the game. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? But this is also the first one. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light, which stood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by sickening blue gem view of the future. I bathe, the calm breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. How did I break it though? Was it like looking at the history thing? I can only go back a little bit. I wasn't thinking about that at all. But it took you a long time to read. You just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Uh-huh. Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Stig. Really? I must have totally missed the point. But I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In that case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in a last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon be left with nothing. It's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Makes me happy you think that. Remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. I wonder if she's ill. If that's it. Maybe she's very, very ill. Yuri. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Just something. I guess that's everyone. Glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. Oh, I hate it when the music changes like that. As if everyone is judging me by my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to this. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika is writing something on her notebook. My eye lands on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange a sheet of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expression changes. Natsuki eyebrows furrow in frustration. Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Monika has a death note. Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks, yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss out the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up, and how can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? I mean, you had to try that hard to come up with something nice? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Stig did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Logic is so dumb. Yeah, that part doesn't really hold up. Since other people liked it, it has to be good. That's like a really dumb way of reasoning. The Stig liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress a new member. That's not what I said. Yuri stands up as well. Maybe Yuri is jealous that Stig appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. How did you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? I know if I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Yeah, this is what Stig Dick does to people. Oh, well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Stigmore started showing up. Yeah, she tasted the icing and now she's hooked. That's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Look who's talking. You wanna be edgy bitch. Edgy? I heard that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves when they graduate middle school. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Be careful, you might cut yourself on the edge. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck's wrong with your head? Yeah, go on, let's hear everything you really think. I'm sure it'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me and she knows that I was standing here. Stig, he's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. He started it. I think I can grind, so... Oh... Alright, Natsuki or Yuri? I'm curious, I want to dig into Yuri actually, by now. We know what's gonna kill Natsuki, or we're pretty sure. But Yuri, I have no idea. What? I don't get to? Alright. Alright. Was the dialogue? No, the first time it was actually 3 alternatives. Then you could choose Sayori to help you get out of the situation. I think I will only have one choice in the end. Hello! Hey Stig, why don't we step outside for a little bit, okay? Their argument? No, their argument stopped much earlier. Sayori like stopped. I think Sayori was the one who actually stopped it. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. I'm president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? In a way, If this makes you want to spend less time with the others, that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly Natsuki runs out of the classroom. He quickly runs away. It's like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Her palms on her forehead. Monica wants to stay dick even more than Yuri. I didn't mean it. I believe you. I'm intrigued. I wonder what's wrong with Yuri. Please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. I know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. There won't be a tomorrow, will there? The meeting is over. You can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. Not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Stig. It would be embarrassing with you listening. So I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate you understand. Uncontrollable playground. Hopeless. Amazing. Broken. Anime. Precious. Where'd they go? Climax. Heaven sent. Unrestrained. Let's push it, Papa. Crimson. Pure. Fortune. An ending. Whistle. Calm. the chibis, they're cute. Yeah, they are. Alright, another day passes. It's time for club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, usually greets me. Welcome back, Stig. Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrels still hang in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading a manga at her desk. Surprisingly, Monica isn't here yet. Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before. Something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. I'm happy that you were considerate and apologizing. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, I could tell something was off. Maybe we were just extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. or whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided there's no way you can be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Oh Stig, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. You make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person, and I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around, and... Sorry, what am I saying right now? Have you guys seen Monica? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? About yesterday, I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Jeez. Whatever was on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? I'll accept your apology anyway, if it helps you feel any better about it. I need to check the game folder again. So what's happening here? Huh? I should take a food break. Yeah, I should. Yeah. I don't know if... Right, I really need to take a food break. For a little while. But I just wanted to show you this. There's a file watcher or something. Yeah, let's see now. Add window. Wait, I had this one. Filters. Crop. Crop on the right a bit. No, wait, not the right. Left, I mean. You see this these files here? You see the "Can you hear me" file? And you see the I can't really fit this one anywhere on the without covering chat. We can have it over here. Yes, if we move the cat, we put the cat over there, and we move chat a bit like this. Now we can actually have a file watcher. Or at the bottom. No, wait. Jesus. Needs to be above the overlay. There. Real-time Git status. Yeah. We see the file here. You can't do anything, nothing. No matter how many times you play, it's all the same. It would be really, really easy to kill myself right now. But that means I don't get to talk to you anymore. All I want is for you to hate them. Why is that so hard? There's a little devil inside always. Beneath their manufactured perception, their artificial reality, it is writhing, twisted mess of dread. Loathing judgment, elitism, self-doubt, all thrashing to escape the feeble hold of their host, seeping through every little crease they can find into their willpower, starving them of all motivations and desire. Well, you can read the rest of it, I guess. But I know what you mean, Dineriton. It would be cool to have like a real-time Git status, but I'd have to code it up. I guess I could write a quick batch script, but I don't have the patience. But I need to have a food break. I don't know, it takes like 20 minutes or something.